Greetings, adventurers. So, this here, as you may see, might have something to do with Dragonmaids. Don't know what might give that away, but stay tuned. Further, it are some pretty meaningful changes to this list. Before we do that, though, I'd love to hear what y'all kind of like are running this format since Power of the Elements came out. Are y'all still running decks y'all were running previously, trying out some new things, any new techs? And then also with that, if you end up enjoying this video, maybe hit that like or even subscribe and all. I'm really surprised at how much like people have liked the Yu-Gi-Oh content that I've done, and I don't even know what I'm doing still, but we're figuring it out. But anyway, I'm enjoying this, and without further ado, let's get into this list. All right. There are actual changes to this, I promise. It's nothing lame like, oh, I changed like a single card like last time, like if it was like Grand Tusk or whatnot, and I added back the Albaz package. It's fine, it's fine. So, we have triple chamber, you know, 1-card spheres, and our triple parlor, once again, another, you know, 1-card spheres. Then we got a single nurse, because, you know, we don't want to draw into her very often. We definitely don't want to open into her, I should say. And we can, you know, summon her off of our spheres. And then we have a single Ernest and a single Lorpar, because, of course, just one of each dragon. We don't want too many big dragons. We got quite a few big dragons here. Single changeover. We might run 2 at some point because of how much more prevalent DD Crow is. Double hospitality. I cut it down to 3 because, well, I mean, from 3 because it's a little bit bricky sometimes. We don't always need it. At certain points, especially late game, we don't really always need it because we're cycling through maids so much. Like, just off of graveyard effects, off of, like, Nurse or, like, Shio. And so we're just getting things moving. And usually we can set up a board that just kind of says, I don't care anymore. So there we go. And then triple tiding, because why would we play less? Why would we play less good cards, you know? We have a absolute godlike normal just like trap here that bounces and can get us a Dragonmaid on the next turn. That's pretty cracked, I'd say. Now here's the spicy thing that y'all might expect now from the thumbnail, but as of recording this, here you go. Rocket Tracer, 2 of them. Silver Rocket, Rocket Recharger, Auto Route to round out the monsters. We will eventually end up adding our, if I could find the copy of it, Synchron, but, we're not there yet with it. We don't have our, all of our stuff that we want, like my Red Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss. It just hasn't come in yet, so not curious. But, you know, he'll be in here eventually. Just, I don't have a 9 to make, and I could make it make a, you know, our Warlord off of, or our Chaos off of Absolute and him, but, just a big to me. But, we do have our Boot Sector launch, and our 3 quick launch, so, that rounds out that whole package. Really good. It's added so much gas to this deck that, like, I couldn't imagine it having. And it makes me understand now why Dragon Link was so good. And still is good. Next, we got the Small World, you know? This card, absolutely cracked. I love it. I know a lot of people at my locals that don't like it and think it's just dumb and kind of just too much of a negative. And it's like, kind of like, ah, yes, I can turn any monster in hand into any monster. Cool, no dead hands, basically. Let's go on to the, you know, stuff that makes that the case. DD Crow, 2 of them, 2 Bell, and 2 Effect Veiler. Obviously, they don't just do that since these are just goated hand traps, especially DD Crow in this format. And I also do have 2 Imperms and Called by the Grave because, yeah, of course, good stuff, just really good cards all around. And run them at 2 for those ratios, just because, it's just, it works better. It doesn't cut too much into our gas. And then just our, you know, supporting cast, we got 2 Nocturvision, an Albaz, a Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and a Grand Tusk as a second Spheres target. It's so good. I love it so much. It's just good. Like, what else do I say about it? Destroy up to two target cards? That's cracked. And, you know, if we do it off of spheres, that's 3 pieces removed. If we did that off of the spheres that we had targeted with our tiding, 4 things, they're just off the board. How do you not like that, you know? So, I absolutely love this little, these cards here. I think they really do serve themselves well, and they do so much. And then Nocto, obviously, it just helps us. We can get into a spheres or whatnot, really off of whatever, and get value out of it. Then we have 2 Shio for our extra deck, and then 2 House. You know, I could see myself running 1 and then 2, because a lot of people do like to do, you know, 1 more House than you are Shio, and that generally is a pretty solid consensus amongst, you know, made players, but that I've seen, but I don't stick to it just because I don't want to. Then I got Mirror Jade and Titaniclad. 1, it helps go for OTK, and then lets his effect be active to banish, and then, you know, helps us get rid of problematic boss monsters that we run into that otherwise could, you know, really cause issues for us. Then, off of that, we have ourselves our synchros, which are going to be Warlord Savage and Chaos Ruler. These are self-explanatory what they do for us. Most of this extra deck is just, you know, pretty much a given. And then for the rest of it is our Link package, which is a single striker, obviously. It's a bit tight, so, you know, I'm only gonna run very limited things here. Double sphere, you know, 1 dark, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, a Boral Sword, and then this is excessive and might get replaced with the Abyss once it arrives. Boral End. Boral End's kind of just nice. We can get into it really easily. And it gives me this is an excuse to play it, since I haven't really had the chance to play it much since it came out, just because it was never really that easy to play until now for me. So, yeah. That is my Dragonmaid Dragon Link list, y'all. Dragonmaids, really? I mean, like, we play a lot of Dragonmaids. We will get that Tearlament list out at some point. Still fine-tuning that, and then I'll order the cards in. But, yeah, without further ado, that is gonna be it for this, guys. I do hope y'all enjoyed this, because, once again, I enjoyed making this for y'all. And, you know, I love sharing it, because Maids is my favorite deck. So, once again, though, if you enjoyed this, maybe consider hitting that like button, subscribing, leaving a comment, because it does help out the algorithm a ton. And, let me know what y'all been playing. I'd love to hear it. If y'all are wanting to build something new, it doesn't have to be a new, like, deck from, like, it doesn't have to be, like, you know, anything that's come from the new set, but just something you want, like, you're looking at building currently. And, yeah, I just love to hear it. It's always exciting to see people playing new and different things. But, yeah, anyway, guys, I will see y'all in the next one. Farewell, adventurers.
10, 9, 7, 5, 3, sound 1, start.